Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have a few people in the back room there, and it should be a good evening. Eliza's having a little bit of trouble at the moment with the camera, so we're trying to sort that out now. And as soon as she is available, we will bring her on and she can start her healing. She'll probably do a general healing tonight, and she has a special guest being Paula Darch. Now, I'm sure that Eliza will explain that a lot better than I can, so I'll just bring her up from the broadcast area now. Hello, Eliza. I will leave you to cater to your public, and I will go back into the lobby and wait for you to call up Paula.
Okay, thanks, Roy. Hello, everyone. So I'm a bit late, got a bit stuck. One, don't know me. My it's about showing that you can, and it's on sharing their wisdom. Tonight I have sing about ways that you can heal grief within your body. And I myself am a sound healer, so I'll be sharing my gift where I can intuitively sing healing. Healing can help heal you within. So if you're on and do press button to share family and friends. Yeah. And I'm on every Wednesday. And if there's any that you need help to heal within, do put it in the comment, and I'll do my best to help you. And if I can, I'll look for a special guest question each week. Okay, so if you're on, do say hi, and do press the share button. And if you like to type sound in the comment to know when I'm on again, that'd be good. Before I bring Paula Darch, my wonderful guest on, I'm going to just share my gift with all of you. I'm just going to do a sound healing meditation now, where I'm going to just tune in and intuitively sing. So if you're all now, if you like to just sit back and just relax and just take a couple of nice deep breath in through your nose and then out through your mouth. As you breathe in, just let your body relax. Go any stress, any tension, and any energies that does not serve you anymore. Breathing in, just getting your body more and more relaxed. Breathing out, just letting go more. And just let the sound and my just connecting with your heart, just opening your heart, just balancing, healing what needs to be for your highest good. Paramatara Koro Ta Pamo Tata Kualale Marana Kuhorana Tanalona Ita Uvaho Wara Anane Ta Kuratara Kutya Tia Kurana Hanana Konusha Horamaha Ronotianata Kuratuda Konaha Korato Nana Koronahata Korana Harana Koromanata Korona Harana Koratu Korana Kumbota Komamahorana Eye Watata Korana Korana Ku Ku Kutu Corona Corona Kutu Kumbara Modana Andaredeta Corona Kara Humanita Kuaratana More Edita Corona Yamire Moraka Kumbro Hamata Kumboro Horakatene Yata Horaha Horona Ededeta Kumpara Hedoro Halaleletia Kana Horo Matate Ede Yene Edeta Kuroma Hopa Ede Bomba Hanata Kede Hora Hodona Wana he ya ahora ho kana nene he ya ko ahora kuwa kwekuma kuwa kwekirita kana hora na he ya ahora mahapo kwana kora na ha yana here ya aho kuwa Kana horo nanata horo nana hereko kuparama shanana ku mata kineki kineku kineku ku natia na ko na to hara ko Thank you, everyone. That's just a general healing for everyone. So if later on, if anyone likes a personal mini healing, I can do that later on in the show. Now I'd like to bring up my special guest, Paula Darch, and she'll be talking about healing grief within your body. So if you need to ask any question about grief, do put in a
Hello, Eliza. Hello, everybody. It's Paula Darch here from Dynamics Mind and Body Connection. Hello, Eliza.
Hello, Paula. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're most welcome.
On the screen.
Okay. So, yeah, you're going to discuss about how to heal grief within your body?
Yes. So I just wanted to, before I go into grief within the body, just explain what grief actually is. And because I feel a bit of a misconception that we only grieve for something that we've specifically lost, like a person or an animal or something like that. But where I come from in the position of grief, and that is that we grieve for everything that we thought that we were going to have that we don't have. That is including the children that we have in our lives that we have this beautiful picture of when they're born. However, they don't end up being that. So grief then plays a big impact on our physical bodies, because with grief comes a lot of emotion: shame, guilt, sadness, hurt, and yes, pain. So could my fibromyalgia be connected to grief? When we hold on to grief, wherever that may have started, it affects our physical bodies, wherever that may be. And so when we connect into our physical bodies, we can actually connect into what's the pain that is residing in the grief as well. So, hello, Georgie. So yes, fibromyalgia can be a big linking factor, because fibromyalgia being, got to do with the muscles, got to do with the body. It's, from what I understand, it's very fatigued as well. And it could possibly be related to deep grief as well. And then it says, hello, beautiful Paula, how's the timelines? Yeah, they're a bit odd, aren't they, Annette? So what I'm just offering tonight is that do you have any questions around your grief? Do you have any questions around grief itself, for what you feel? And I would like to be able to tap into you tonight to be able to, find out what's actually going in your body, to where it is you're holding that as well. So if you have any questions, ask them tonight, because that's what I'm here for. As a therapist in healing, coaching, and hypnotherapy, I find that women actually see me for feeling lost, confused, pains, a range of different illnesses. And when we unpack everything, it lands up being grief. So, and quite often it's grief that may not have actually been from this lifetime. It may be past life. It may be genetical life. So we may be carrying grief within our physical bodies because we're holding it from lifetimes before us. Have you found that, Eliza?
Like for me too, I realized that I've had this real pain on my knee and my heel since like middle of last year, and I realized that it's boiled down to actually a grief that I had when I was a little girl. I actually felt, I think I was in the race, and I actually felt, and I couldn't actually continue the race. Shame, not able to actually continue it, and that actually came back after all these years in there, and I actually went into a meditation, and that's what I saw. So
Yes.
So that was really interesting to see. sore in my leg because I've always had leg issue. I've always really have really big thighs and big hips, and I've never liked my legs. And then when the knee started playing, because it keeps swelling up, my knee keeps swelling up, and I had a bit of osteoarthritis in the knee, but there was nothing physically wrong. So I knew it was something future. And what's interesting is going back to this grief as a little girl, not being able, because I actually fell on my actually harboring all this grief.
Yeah, so this is a good example of where we're actually holding grief. We also hold, the anger of grief in our liver. So if we are having, problems with, our bodies where it's not processing what we're eating and what we're consuming, it's because we're actually holding the anger of grief in our liver. So our body's not processing anything that's actually going on for us. And that can, sort of cause a lot of different, complicated things as well. So Nikki says, yes, fatigue and deep complex grief. So Nikki, what my question to you is, darling girl, is what have you done about the grief in the past? What have you done to be able to help you with that deep complex grief? And have you felt that anything in the past has helped you? So that's a question for Nikki. And when I just, Nikki, if that's you in the photo there, when I'm connecting into you and your name, what I'm feeling for you is that this actually goes deeper this lifetime. I feel that this has actually gone right deep into a cellular deep level, which is where the fibromyalgia is actually deep-seated. So if you haven't yet gone into the fibromyalgia and the actual grief within that, then I encourage you to find somebody like myself or Eliza that we can actually help you to, take yourself to that level of going deep within the cellular level to be able to release what's been going on, the actual emotion that's, in there. So, yeah, if you've got any remarks or any comments on that, that would be great, Nikki. But I feel that your grief is so deep that it's actually cellular deep. And so I'm going to say that it's DNA deep, so which means that it comes from your genetical line. So, yeah. All right. Are there any other questions there as well? Just reading the comments. I've talked with a counsellor and joined my local support group, which has helped. Beautiful, Nikki. So what I encourage you to do, if you haven't already done this, and that is go and have a healing with somebody that can actually go to the cellular DNA level of your grief. Because talking about it is one thing, going to the deep level of it is another thing. And I really feel that you'll be able to get a lot of relief within your body when you actually release it from a different level. Eliza, would you agree to that?
Yeah, I feel that it's very deep ingrained, and it's a lot of past life. It's not only one. It's lots of past life. Coming this to actually stop it from continuing, just to deal with it in this lifetime.
Yeah.
Deep seated. A lot of loss too in past life. There have been a lot of grief, loss, I think.
Yeah, and I feel there's a lot of sadness for Nikki as well. There's like
she's in this life or past life, she's probably have a few miscarriages. That's what I'm picking up, and things like that. Lots of grief and loss. Yeah.
Because like I'm wanting to, like, I'm feeling really emotional, that I really wanted to cry. Like, there's just so much emotion that is actually deep in this cellular. I keep on wanting to do this with my hands, and it's really connected. There's so much. I want to say that it's almost like you feel a ball within you, Nikki, and this ball is really uncomfortable, and yeah, it's sort of like moving from the heart down to your stomach as well. So Nikki says genetics. Yes, that makes sense because I've done so much work on myself. We'll try going to a cellular level. Thank you. Yeah, good. I'm glad that you can. Yes, loss of child. Okay. The loss of the child is not just from this lifetime, Nikki. It's actually from past life, as Eliza and I have both said. I'm also going to say that there was also loss of children or child in your mother's and your grandmother's side. So the grief is actually coming down the genetical line from your mother and your grandmother as well. There's several losses of children carried through, and this is the rollover effect within the cellular of the DNA as well. So I hope that's given you a bit of guidance, Nikki, and somewhere to go with getting some help as well. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that, Eliza?
No, I keep getting actually if she could have like a past life healing, really getting in.
Yeah, I agree.
And she's seeing getting into like hearing, yeah. So have a past life regression or something like that to really deal with it, because it's not only this lifetime, and it's right. That's what I pick up to a lot of maternal.
Yeah. So
topic from actually going down the track.
Yeah. So the healing that I do actually goes into the DNA. So, and it goes into like the cellular level of where the actual emotion is, where it's being stored. So we actually go to the cellular and the DNA level of where a person is actually holding grief, sadness, pain on that level. So, okay, yes, my mother and grandmother passed away with her baby still full time. Okay, thank you. This is what's carrying through you, Nikki. There's a past life that's there, but there's also this genetical grief that you're holding. It's time to actually do some past life work. It's time to do some DNA cellular work to actually release it from you, so that you can actually release it from yourself, but then release it from your children as well. Because when we release it from ourselves, we stop that line. It doesn't have to keep going through the genetical line either. So, yeah, message Eliza, myself, if you're actually wanting to do some deeper healing work, to have past life work and also have DNA cellular work as well, because it's very ingrained. It's like this ball, and it needs to be unpacked. So yeah,
like in her tummy area.
Yeah, like it's a ball. Yeah, it's like this massive. It's just this big ball within her, and it's just it's manifesting and just getting yuckier and yuckier and yuckier.
Be good. Nikki, how I think that how she can contact you, Paula?
Yeah, I think my page just went along the bottom of the screen there. So I think that Ronna has just put that down the bottom. So thank you very much for that. So if people wanted to have, some healing around some deep grief, like releasing deep grief patternings through their cells, through DNA, and also past life, then yeah, come to my page and we can organise a time for some healing on that. But one of the things that I'm really passionate about too, and that is that it's also time to release grief of the children in our lives, because when we have children, we often grieve for the child that's still alive because of an expectation that we actually have of what we thought that life would be like for us. And what I'm finding is that as I am seeing more and more clients with children with disabilities, children with, you know, that, like myself, that have, you know, for my son, it was, he's nowhere to what I thought he would going to be in life. And so I'm grieving for him. And so what I'm really passionate about now is really helping parents to unpack and unload all of their grief patterns, so then they don't have to continue. They can live their life with their child, accepting their child for who they are and whatever's going on for that person as well. So
yeah. That's because I can actually personally relate. It suddenly that now they're not in school and they've got so-called autism, but it's beyond that. So it's having that grief of not accepting them the way they are, and also that it's really true, going through the grief, accepting them in the process. So it's, you know.
Yeah. And it's something that we don't talk about, which is why I'm really passionate about talking about it, because I think that it needs to be out in the public that we are grieving for things that we've still got here and now. So it's time to unpack that so that we don't have to get to this big massive ball. We can just go, oh, there it is, it's gone. And we can just live our life without being ingrained in so much grief, because there's so much pain in grief.
Yeah, that's it. And knowing that it's okay to have this grief and letting it go, rather than keeping it inside and thinking that it's our fault because we are like that, we didn't do this and that, and holding it in.
Yeah, and when we hold on.
Yeah, holding on, going through all this with my boys, I've discovered that there's so many moms or parents out there that unsupported, feeling that, oh, it's because of them, they're like that, or they. So it's really interesting, and holding it in it, and instead thinking that it's them to be blamed, they didn't do a good job as a parent, and it's not that, and not actually revealing how they feel inside, because it's interesting. Not to the parents who's actually going through a lot of grief, a lot of stress, having a child like that and not being supported, and holding on to that. And I've been seeing a lot of parents too, helping them out, saying that it's okay to feel all these emotions, and you have to deal with it, and not just looking after the child, but you got having a child or children that is not what to your expectation, you know, or what people, or even not only what they expect, what society expect of them.
You got it. That's the biggest issue. We as parents feel we have to fit into a box of what society wants us to be as parents, and our children are not meant to be in boxes. We are not meant to be in boxes. So as soon as we start to, you know, compact ourselves, then we start to actually stop living life, and we live by the expectations of what we think we're meant to be doing, not the expectations of what we know to be true and correct. So we start to go into that grief pattern, because we start to grieve for what we thought we were going to have or what we want to have, because there's two sides of grief. You know, it's grieving for what we want to have in life but we don't have, and then grieving for what we don't have but we want.
Yeah.
So
and what, yeah, and the expectation of others. I went through what to know about how they are, and it's like being the bad mom, because I've actually gone through what society expect me to do, having the child in school, expect them to go and see all this therapy, instead of what others expect of me to do. And that's a really big grief. I had to go through the grief of actually not conforming to what society of some of us taking back and saying it's okay for me to be this way and not conforming. So that was a really big grief. And all these thoughts coming in, saying that, am I doing the right thing? I'm not conforming. I'm not being the good mom and all this thing. What I feel is right for my boys.
Yes, and this is what's important now. It's important that we look at our children and know that we're doing the very best that we possibly can in each and every moment that we are doing it. Because we're not failing at anything, because there is no such thing as failure. It's just the fact that we have come to this society's belief that if it's not looking the right way or if it's not sounding the right way, then it must be wrong. But it's not. None of it's wrong. We're just doing what we can. So, you know, and this is where I feel that we need to start redirecting into life and directing into our own self, in knowing that everything that we do is enough. Everything that we possibly can do right now is enough, because that's all there is at that particular moment.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I will be doing seminars and talks very shortly. I'm in the process of writing them all up, and then running workshops on how to actually release the grief and how to be able to reconnect to your child as they are, not with the expectation that you think or thought they should be for you. So just accepting who they are regardless, which is hard sometimes. But it's what we need to do.
Oh, that would be a really good thing to do, because I know lots of parents out there who's actually are grieving or not.
Yeah, and they're just, you know, so many parents are grieving. And so this is the reason why I've stepped into vulnerability right now, and I am coming out with what I feel is now needed, because it's come from the knowledge that I've learned, not only as a parent grieving for a child still alive, but also working with so many parents with children with autism and different disabilities as well, and seeing how they have actually been, and then working with clients. So with all of my knowledge built together, I'm now we'll be running programs very soon and running workshops and seminars as well. And it's actually called Living with Parental Grief. So watch this space, because it's coming out there. And Caroline, you'll be really proud of me, because, you know, she knows how much this has been, you know, big struggle for me to step into my vulnerability right now, and, you know, really put myself out there, being, you know, stepping into this power that I am now walking into, which is pretty cool. But it's because I've had to step through grief. I've had to step through shame. I've had to step through guilt. I've had to step through so much emotion to be able to then come on lives and talk about grief and talk about this topic tonight. So thank you very much for having me.
for take the step and to share your vulnerability with all of us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I'll look forward to your workshop probably. For all your wonderful wisdom, and do contact Paula. She's for the dynamic body and mind. Paula Darch. Do contact her, and I do recommend Paula's healing, and interested in attending the workshop too. Okay. So now, if anyone, hi Jasmine, I would love some healing. I'm getting out of such a hard breakup, and Jasmine, I'll just give you a healing now. If you just like to just sit back and relax, and I'll just tune into your energy. What I'd like you to do is you could just take a nice deep breath into your heart chakra, into your heart, and then out through your mouth. And as you breathe in through your heart, now I'd like to visualize the emerald green healing light shrouding your heart, just feeling the love within your heart, knowing that you are loved and you are and just let everything go, knowing that you're loved and you're safe. Just breathing in into your heart chakra and then breathing out, just letting it go. And just let the sound and my voice just open up self-acceptance. Kumbo mare chara cha yadu na lelo koramate tuikita, santara nuhu ramasha, turuna lata, kala nuhona, ki. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Jasmine. Just waiting for you. I have to just take a couple of nice deep breath in through your heart and out through your mouth again. My hand out, love some healing. I've been treated. Okay. Okay, bring it back. Just not a good place at the moment. All right, Tia, I'll just give you some healing. Okay. Just change your energy. Now you to just breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth. As you breathe in, I like to visualize this pink golden orb here. Just bring this pink healing up all down, all through your body and bring it into your heart chakra. Bring it into your heart. See this pink, beautiful healing energy in your heart chakra. And from your heart, yourself sitting in the middle of this beautiful pink healing orb. And you're just breathing into your heart and then out through your mouth. And as you breathe in, just feel the love within yourself, knowing that you're okay just the way you are. Mama kotane, yahalulu latane. Corona nibripo, corona pipita, nene ni venetia, nene ni wanata, nibripo. Corona muna watana, corona ne trikitia, lale ni vihutia, tiye yatana, tiye nanetu, kobobat. Aku kurato nenetu, moro piona tibetu, suru mana neneta, oro humaratia, koboro mananatu, Tia, koronene natata, no mama kurota, nane tiwetu, tiana huwatu, koronene natata. No mana na na ta go. ma turibada santala la halata nana koshana kola lola lela tia nana turu nana Tede Santana Nohola Para Koraki. Yeah. Thank you, Tia. Love and blessing to you. Just know that you're okay and you're loved just the way you are. But I feel I need help with healing my broken heart as the person that broke up with me didn't see a future with me or didn't love me as much as I love him, honestly, in such a bad place. And then I just did the healing for you, Jasmine, to know that you shy. I'll get for you. Now, just to let everyone know, if you are in Adelaide this Saturday, there's Golden Grove Fair at the Art and Recreation Center at Golden Grove. I'll be there from 10 to 4 p.m. If you're in Adelaide, do come to this wonderful fair. And there's mom, come and pamper yourself and also bring your mom along. So I'll be there. I'll have my big Tibetan singing bowl there where you can stand in it. So I'll be doing healings there. So do come along to this wonderful fair. Hi, Suma. Suma, I'll give you a healing now. Well, I just got tuning. Are you to breathe in through your nose and breathe out? As you breathe out, I got it. It's like you just chant. Just feel, just sound the ah. So breathing in and out, just sound ah again. Ah. And then one last time, breathing in through your nose, Suma, and out, and just breathing, letting the sound ah go. Just let the sound ah just go through and release any tension, any stress, and anything that does not serve you. Okay. So breathing in and breathing out, and just let the sound taking you deep within yourself, just cleansing, healing what needs to be for highest good Suma. Kwama kose posama suke puro matate, kopuma sopo sampara moso kratene kwikate, santara mahada moso corona matana tete, tete mosonto romohona matate kwikila, tansolona tete bono masanta nenete, katano no vora moshokrona tete teta, tana holo masokoro matate. Kutia kaniwitu kutia kaniwitu kuta kukia wikatu kuwiniwe kenatu. Tumbe hada bahada mata kramata kramata kramato kramata te kroki fasha mata mahoda mashaka mata turu natate kimba huru mata turu kamba mata tanata suma amano ta suma tatate keno muhona matura mata tere ketita maturu mata te mutamata Porota, so mate no ne mo lana koto lana te, e mo ramatana kumane ne motata, kiwi, kiri kiwa, tumati borema sorema adi bojabadi boramata, kore amari. Me Brahma Kai Pere Kura Moda Mere Ma Kiwi Kiwa Kiwi Kuwa Kiwi Suti Rama Santana, Kadimo, Sepiro Bota Pedama, Suma, you to take up a nice deep breath in through into your heart and then breathing out, and just slowly come back when you're ready.
Hi, Eliza.
Well, just to let you all know that next week my special guest will be Mandy Ferry. Mandy Ferry from Blue Fire Reiki, and Mandy will be sharing her healing. She'll be on then. I'm not so sure whether
Eliza.
I've got another few more minutes. If anyone wants a healing,
Eliza.
can do that. So just to
Paula, can you hear me?
just to let you all know that I do distant as well as in-person healing as well, and I think Paula Darch do that as well. So do contact me and Paula. She's a wonderful as well. So I also run a weekly meditation if you're in Adelaide every Friday at the Henley Grange Community Centre, 8 to 9 p.m. Do come along if
Eliza,
can you Adelaide. It'd be wonderful to meet you. I'll be at the sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good. I was wondering if we could ask Paula, I can see her there on the screen, just exactly what it is her services and format are.
What, of the show?
No, she's on the screen now, so I figured it'd be nice if she could tell the people what she actually does.
Would you like me to say?
Can't really hear you, right?
Preferably, yes. I don't know.
Okay. So I am a emotional healer and coach.
Sure, good.
I don't know whether Eliza can hear me either.
You're breaking out. Can't really hear you.
So what I do in a nutshell is I support people with their emotional needs. So I am, because I work with spirit as well, I'm able to connect to the person that I'm actually working with to break down what's actually happening inside their physical bodies emotionally. So okay. I feel it and I see it.
Could we get you back at some other point to do perhaps another session on a different topic?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much. That was basically all I was after, just if we can get what you're actually doing, and we'll see if we can get you back with another title. Thank you very much. I'll hand you back to Eliza, and hopefully she can take it to the rest of the way.
Excellent. Thank you.
Paula. Oh, thank you. Got lots of wisdom and knowledge. Hope to have her back again in the future as a special guest again to share more of her wisdom. That'd be good. So if anyone anything that you need some healing with, you can actually put it in the comment, and if I can help you, I will. If not, then I'll try my best to find a special guests that can come on to help you. So issues you like healing with, or any question to put in the comment, I can help you with that. So I've got a so be wonderful. My show is on every Wednesday at 7:30. Healing. I'll just got a few more minutes. I'll give you a healing. So what I'd like you to do now, Rashina, if you could just close your eyes, I'd like you to just breathe into the part of your body that's feeling pain at the moment. Just breathe in. Body, breathe you to with the sound R. So breathing in, and I you to actually tense the muscle where the pain is, and you breathe out, just relax it, and with the sound R. So breathing in, then out again, and then sound that you breathe out, and just let the sound R take the pain away. So breathing in, just letting go with the sound R, and then breathing in again, letting go out with the sound ah. Okay. I'd like you to now to just surround that part of your body that's having the pain with emerald green healing light. See the emerald green healing light surrounding the pain, the part of your body that feeling. Okay. And then just take a nice deep breath and just breathing out, just letting go, and just slowly come back. Okay. So thank you, everyone. I get that it's almost time to end my show now, and next week, Fairy will be coming on to discuss the shamanic Reiki healing. So do join me and her next Wednesday, the 8th of May at 7:30. Okay. So thank you, everyone, for coming on the show, and do share with your family and friends. Have a good evening, and look forward to seeing you again next week. And if you are